Hey everybody, happy Tuesday to everybody. Welcome back to the patio. I don't know what happened last week. I had recorded something and put it out there, scheduled it, but it never went. I don't know what happened. So I apologize about that, but things like that happen. But hey, we are back here live from the patio once again. So everything is back on track. So hope everybody had a great weekend. We're going to talk about Ray County here in a little bit. I'm going to do a few things before we get to there. But also, hey, if you, I was supposed to have a guest on here today, but at the last minute he got called into work. No big deal. That stuff happens. Um, the show must go on. So I figured today we're going to do a call-in show. So I have the link posted on here, and I'll post it again if you guys have a paranormal story that you would like to share. There's the link coming up shortly. Boy, it's kind of slow. There it is. It's in the chat. There it is. If you have a story that you want to share, come on in the studio and we'll talk about it for a little bit. But anyway, hope everybody's week is going good. I know it's only Tuesday. Hopefully it's off to a pretty good start. You guys had a good weekend. I sure did. It was had a fun 3-hour chat to and from Richmond, Missouri with Krista from Blondes and the Booze. It's a good old time there, chatting with my buddy. And we got to Ray County Museum, and man, that place was awesome. It was a couple of the rooms upstairs. You can feel the energy, and you could feel eyes on you and stuff. So, but hey, we'll get to that in a little bit. Also on today's show, if you guys have any questions that you want to throw out there, I'll try and answer them. It could be anything really. So, but if you do that, please go ahead and put them in all caps. But I want to tell you, throw out my email address if you guys have a story that you would like to share for later on, whenever, if you think of something. Here's my email address, paranormalamongus72. It's on the bottom of the screen there. It'll scroll a couple times or a few times throughout the show. Paranormalamongus72@gmail.com. And I could read that on a future episode, or I could have you on if you're interested in coming on. And you don't have to have the video on either if you don't want to. So if you want to stay anonymous, that would be absolutely fine as well. So also head on over to Purple Penguin Crafts and Creations for some Paranormal Among Us merchandise. There's a back of one of the t-shirts that Jenny has. They're pretty cool. Here's the front. It doesn't say Purple Penguin on there. That's just her logo, but it has Paranormal Among Us on the top. And then she also does pillows and stuff. And I tell you, I have one of those, and those are very, very soft and very comfy. There's also a little keychain down there. So head on over to Purple Penguin Crafts and Creations, and she can hook you up. On the bottom of their website is all the Paranormal Among Us stuff for now. Also, if you want to support the channel, and you don't have to, it would be appreciated, but certainly not expected. My Venmo account is going to be on the bottom down there. It'll scroll through eventually. So if you want to send something that way, more than welcome to. If not, no big deal. It's certainly not expected. And anything that would come through donation wise is going to go right back into the show, whether it's going to be going to conferences, on ghost hunts, or whatever. And I'm kind of digging going on those ghost hunts. I've been to 2 so far, Ashmore and Ray County. They've both been fantastic. Got some good stuff too. And I have one thing I want to show you, but I'll show you a little bit later on in the show. Hopefully once people start rolling in here. I see Pam's in the chat. Hey Pam, how you doing today? Okay. There's a few other people watching. Feel free to come on in. We don't bite. Pam's doing good. Yeah, earlier today was clear skies. Got to spend some time in the pool, relaxing and everything. But started to cloud up a little bit. Now the clouds are kind of going away. It's getting warm again. I have 83 here in St. Louis in the great Midwest. So, Ray County Museum. You know what? I want to hold off on that just a little bit. I'm going to throw this out here again. Here's the link if anybody wants to join in. Shelley's here. Hey, Shelley, how you doing? Hope all is going good with you. Shelley was on the live part Saturday night around, I think we went around 1 o'clock. I can't remember what time. It kind of all just blended in. She heard some things. She sent some things. So that was very helpful. So Shelley, I certainly appreciate you coming on, or you chatting in there. And I actually have video that I'm going to share. Sarah's here. Hey, Sarah. I actually do have video on here that I want to share just a little bit. I haven't had much of a chance to go through stuff. So I'll have more later on. And this Thursday, I believe, well, I don't want to say, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it's a for sure thing or not, but I'll hold on to that. But before, I just thought of something else here. Want to plug this little thing. Go ahead. If you want to win a ghost hunt, an opportunity to ghost hunt with us, we will be on Friday the 13th in September. I think that's going to be a fun night to ghost hunt. It's going to be at the Haunted Castle House in Brumley, Missouri. That's down by Branson, that area. Blondes and Booze and Paranormal Among Us are putting on a show where we just have limited tickets. One ticket is left, and we couldn't decide who gets it, so we decided to have a contest. And what you need to do to enter is to simply share both Blondes and Booze Paranormal Podcast and Paranormal Among Us YouTube channels, both of those. Share it on Facebook, tag either myself or Blondes and Booze so we know it and you can get credit for it. And then the winner will be drawn on August 31st right here on Paranormal Among Us. I believe that's a Saturday. So you can enter multiple times. So you don't have to just do it once and then be done with it. You can enter multiple times, share it out as many times each week. So there you go. Good luck to everybody. Someone tell me what tag means. Okay, so tagging, Shelley, I think you have Facebook. I think you're on there. If you share our video, they're on the bottom of the screen by the like buttons. There's where it says share with an arrow. Click on that. It'll give you a link. Copy that link. Go right to Facebook to your page. Type in Paranormal Among Us or Blondes and Booze, and then post it. All right. So that's how you enter it. All right. So good luck, and we will see one lucky winner down in Brumley. That'll be a fun show, a fun time down there. We were supposed to go. Actually, I was supposed to go last week with a group, but that got canceled. The owners couldn't be there. They had some other commitments back home. So that got canceled. And Kathy kindly let us come over to Ray County Museum, and we had a blast walking through there. My friends Carmen and Lauren from Night Owls Paranormal were there too, along with Krista and Aaron and Kathy. and the dog Jack and a bunch of cats. But it was fun. We had a pretty good time there. Of course, we got some good evidence. I don't have the video on this, and this was towards the end of the night, around 3:30 or so, when we were kind of winding down. We were out in the hallway in one of the rooms. I believe it might have been the ore room, which I'll get videos on this stuff later. And the ore room, so apparently there's actual oars there, rowing oars, that there was a hanging across the Missouri River, and they had to use those oars to go get whoever was hung and everything. So there's kind of negative energy connected to that, and we had some pretty good chirping on the REM pod. The cat ball lit up quite a bit on that, and she was recording audio on her phone, and she set it down. And when we were reviewing this that night, she set it down, and we had a voice on there that whispered, "What are you thinking?" So that was something I need to get with Carmen on that and see if she was able to check that anymore. But so if you were able to catch the live like Shelley did at 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, whatever time it was, I got scratched. So to kind of set this up, and you're going to see a little bit on the video here, it was a decent sized room. We had a motion sensitive cat toy or something sitting in the middle of the room, and then this room also had a spirit of a guy or a person or somebody, I don't know, who likes opening and closing this cabinet door. And before we started the investigation, I opened it, and then we opened another drawer in another room. No one ever closed either one of those. Unfortunately, I was hoping to get video that we had, and Carmen and Lauren, good God, they had 16 cameras throughout the whole house or the whole museum. And man, it was amazing. We caught all kinds of orbs. We were watching REM pods go off and spirit boxes and all that stuff. It was just amazing. So anyway, we were in the Civil War room, and it was a decent sized room. So Carmen was on the floor, kind of in the middle of the room. I was in one wall, way more than arm's length away from her. Lauren was sitting on the floor in another corner of the room. We were, I would say, at least 6 feet away from each other, so nobody could touch either one of us, anybody here. So earlier, right before this part of the video that I'm about to show, Lauren looked behind me, and there's like a glass display case, and to the left of it there was a radiator. Yeah, radiator. No. Anyway, he thought he saw a mist come out from the wall underneath the display case, and I just happened to be standing by there. Nothing happened for a while after that. And then you will see here in just a second. This is the video, and it was also on live. And later on, I'm gonna kind of splice all this stuff together so we see this. So here's the video. Hang on one second. There's a tombstone over here. Mm-hmm. What's that name?
Oh, John
Kurt.
Hunt. John
Is
M.
that
Hunt.
Colonel?
C-O-K. I-D-M-O-C-A-V.
10th Missouri Cavalry. Is that CO? Is that Colonel? Commanding officer. Whoa, I just felt something cold on my leg. Whoa, I got scratched.
Did you really?
Yeah, he did.
Oh, shit. When you said his name.
Look at that.
Yep. You can see the marks straight down.
Get him?
Get him. Yeah, I heard that.
Bring them down.
It was cold, yes, Shelley. It was cold air that came by, and it was 5 scratch lines. I couldn't get a great picture of it, and I'll have a picture. I didn't get a chance to put pictures on here for this show, but there were 5. Carmen and Lauren both saw them right there, and then afterwards we went outside and showed Aaron, Kathy, and Krista. So everybody saw it. Yep, this was at Ray County Museum, Mickey. So yeah, I was reading this guy's tombstone, and then all of a sudden I felt something cold. I was kind of hoping with this video, and it was kind of odd that I had set this up. I was, as you can see, my hands were full. I had a flashlight in my right hand, and I had my phone, which I was using to go live on Facebook with. So I couldn't have done it. And Lauren was way over here on my right. Carmen was way over here in front, so neither one of them can do it. I was hoping that the video would show something, an orb or something come close to me, but it didn't show up. So strangest thing, I was reading the guy's name. I don't know if it was that guy, but we also heard on the REM pod, get him, sit down. What else did they say? They said get out quite a bit, but I really wanted somebody to come in and close that cabinet door, but nobody ever did, unfortunately. And also, it was kind of strange. One name that kept coming up more than once was the name Ford. So there's pictures of Missouri, I think they call them badasses and stuff, throughout the rooms here at Ray County Museum. And I'm going to put up this link again. If anybody wants to come in and tell a story, paranormal story, if they want, come on up. Here's the link. Put that up there again. There's the link. So there's and I forgot what this guy's first name was, but he was on the wall. I think I showed it on the live. His picture was on the wall along with Jesse and Frank James and a bunch of other badass criminals that were there. So that was pretty cool. Somebody came through and said that name, and maybe it was Mr. Ford, the guy from one of the Missouri badasses. So who knows? But it was pretty interesting. Yes, Mickey, we are going down there in October. I believe it's October 26th. But I don't have that promo that Blondes and Booze are promoting, but I will be there. It's October 26th. We're going to do a ghost hunting 101, also a cryptid 101. So that is going to be pretty fun. And then we're going to do investigation that night, and it's going to be a Friday night, I believe. Friday night? I think it's going to be a Friday night. So I think we're going to do live on Blinds and Booze that night and coming home. No. Hang on. I want to find out what day the 26th is on of October. Oh, it is a Saturday. So we might be live on my show. So that's going to be pretty cool. I get to meet Brandon. Cool, Mickey. All right. So get to meet some more people out here in chat. And if you guys want to come, there's tickets available. I'm trying to do this from memory. I don't know how Brandy does it with the lineup of theirs, but I don't know how she does it. I want to say tickets are $15 for the Ghost Hunting 101 and the Cryptid 101. And then later that night for the ghost hunt, they're going to feed us pasta, I think it was. That's going to be $65, I believe. The you can go to Eventbrite, and it's under Blends and Booze tab there. So I believe I got all that right. Don't quote me on that. I think I remember that right. I think Mickey's saying yeah. Paul, I said a cabinet. So is it like a medicine or it was like a medicine cabinet or I don't know, like a display cabinet, like a nightstand almost, where two little doors open up. I was showing the picture, and if you go back and look at the video on here, it's the cabinet that was right in front of the camera. The camera was shooting right at it, and the door was open. I had opened it the whole time, and throughout the video, I cut the part out where I got scratched to show that just a minute. But throughout the video, throughout the live, we kept thinking that it moved, and looking at it again today, it never closed or opened or didn't move in any way, shape, or form. Shelley's in the pool. Who else is jealous? But then again, I was in my pool earlier. So perfect day to be in the pool. I don't know. I don't remember where you're at, Shelley. I think you're in Missouri somewhere. But pretty nice day around here. I know there was some scattered showers running through the area. So Mickey, yeah, me too. So hey, anybody have any questions that they want to throw out there? We can do a little Q&A, or if anybody wants to come on and give us a story or something, whatever you guys want to do. Trying to think if I see. I don't have any other videos. But yeah, that was a pretty fun weekend. This past weekend, Shelley is on a raft. A little chilly. You know, it's not exactly hot out. It's low 80s here. She's about an hour away from Ashmore, so probably about 2 hours away from St. Louis, which is where I am. So, and Ashmore was a fun place too. I don't know which one I liked more. I mean, I had experiences in both places. Oh, one other thing. Let's see here. Question: did you personally take part in an Estes method during investigation at Ray County? No, I did not. I did not go under the blindfold, but I did ask a few questions when Carmen went under. And actually, I was funny you mentioned that, because we did that in the basement, and there was a gentleman down there. I can't remember his name. It might have been Joe. I'm not sure. But he was, somebody said that he was an in-your-face kind of spirit, and kind of set the room up. It was a longer room. And in one part of the room, we had chairs kind of set up in a half circle. Carmen was doing the Estes, and she had her back to a piano. And there was a wall behind her, and right to her right, there was another wall with a window. There was a window behind her and window next to her. Looking at her, I was kind of in front of her to the right a little bit, a good 10, 15 feet away. Lauren was looking at her to the left, and he was a good 10 feet away, probably. So a couple times, and it was concrete floor. We were in the basement, so it was concrete floor. Hey, Tyler. She was sitting there. It was one of those plastic chairs, like you'll see it at a school classroom or something. And she felt her chair vibrating a couple times. We had noises coming from the door leading out of the room behind us. She was having a conversation about a kid. He was telling her about some kid, that 5-year-old kid that we never heard from. They said that it was hiding behind her or in a doorway. We didn't see anything in the doorway, but I did see, and I'm not actually convinced that I saw this. I thought I saw like a mist or movement underneath the piano that was behind Carmen. I don't know. I haven't looked at the footage of that yet. So I will need to run back and look at that just to see if I saw anything. for sure, or if anything came up on camera. But I'm not 100% sure. It's one of those. I was looking someplace else, and out of the corner of my eye, I got it. So, and Shelley remembers it. It must have been on this live show that I did at 7 when we were doing the Estes method down there. It was a kid, but I can't remember if I saw anything under there or not. But I thought I did. I don't know if there was anything on there. And the whole basement, you feel chills and stuff. If the guy was around you, you could really sense it. And he was around Carmen most of the night when she was doing the Estes method, and I could feel him come over by me a couple times. So it was a little odd, but you can't show him that you're scared, and it really wasn't scary. It was just when you get the chills, that's really all it was. For if anybody out here hasn't, I know if Sarah's still watching, I know she hasn't done a ghost hunt before. I mean that's really all it is. Just if you get the chills somehow. But thanks, Pam, for that question. Anybody else has one? Go ahead and put it in the chat, and we will answer. It doesn't have to be about paranormal stuff. It can be about anything that you guys want. But this coming Saturday, give a little plug for this Saturday. I think I'm having the guys from, and I need to confirm this. I have them scheduled. I need to reach out to them again today. I have the guys coming from a podcast that I appeared on. It's called the Nerd Informer Podcast. They're funny guys. Had a blast with them, and they're coming over, I think, this Saturday. So I need to reach out to them and everything. Shelley said the piano was interesting. The piano at Ashmore is where I was standing, and a loud crash sound right next to me happened. That's cool. I remember you telling me that story while we were in Ashmore. But yeah, I was kind of hoping that some of the pianos would play while we're there with none of us around. But I didn't. Nothing happened, and I tried some of the pianos. I think there's like 3 pianos there. None of them were. I tried playing a little bit, but none of them made any sound. So. And then, you know what? We did mention that there was a kid when we were doing the Estes method, or when Carmen was talking to somebody about a kid. One of the rooms on the main level, and I can't remember what room it was. I think it might be the Black History room. There is said to be a kid hiding under a desk in there. So, I went in there. I shot a little bit of footage. I don't think I got anything. Or at least I didn't see anything when I was recording it. So I do know that there is a spirit of a kid there now that I think about it, but he was upstairs. So maybe that's the 5-year-old kid that the guy downstairs was talking about. I don't know. We didn't contact any kids. But they do say part of one of the wings upstairs is more of it's not demonic, but it's more of a negative energy. And those of you that are going in October will see it, and you'll feel it the second you turn down the hallway. So the whole building is kind of shaped in a Y, and as soon as you cross from the middle section into that Y upstairs, the leg of the Y upstairs, you will certainly feel it. And I don't know if anybody in chat has been there, but yeah, you certainly feel it. And the first time I walked up there, I think Lauren and I were setting up cameras or something, or even when Kathy was giving us a tour, you felt it. You knew that something was up there. There was a lot of mannequins in the hallway and in some of the rooms, and those were kind of creepy, actually. So, and again, if anybody has a story that they want to share, the link is in the chat. I will post it here again. If anybody wants to join me here instead of listening to me ramble on, there's the link right there. Feel free to come on in. Shelley, I saw a girl holding hand with her dad, and a man was staring at them. Ooh, was that at Ray County? It's kind of creepy. Unless that was like a human and a creepy guy staring at him. That's kind of creepy. Shelley would join, yeah, but you're in the pool. I get it. Okay. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that happened there. Nothing really happened to where we got scared or anything pushed us around, or I mean, outside of me getting scratched that one time. Nothing really negative happened. I will say, and I'm 99% certain that it's not spiritual or anything, but from sleeping there, my neck is just really stiff, and it was kind of weird. I don't know if it was a dog or one of the cats that she has there, but in overnight, I don't know if I was dreaming or if I actually heard this, but I kept hearing tapping, a bunch of taps on something in the kitchen or in the hallway or somewhere. But I didn't bother getting up and checking that out. Shelley said the girl that she saw was about 8 or 9 and had to do with a tea party. Okay. Interesting. But going there, Krista was telling me about stories of Bigfoot dogman encounters around that area, real close to there. So there's that in the area, and we kind of walked around the perimeter of the museum. I keep wanting to call it house. Walked around the perimeter of the museum. Lauren and Carmen had their like a thermal gun out, not a weapon gun, but you can check thermal temperatures in some of the windows, and there's temperature differences in the windows and stuff, and some things we saw moving, but we never in the thermal monitor, but we never really saw anything looking out the windows at us. Here's a question from Pam, and it's a good question. My wife makes fun of me because of this. When I drink from this mug, it whistles. If cost wasn't an issue, what investigative equipment would you buy? I'll leave that up there. One thing that I would really like, and I really have no idea how much it costs, is one of those SLS cameras where I'm not sure, I don't remember what SLS stands for, but it maps out people or spirits, and you could see like a stick figure. I'm sure if you know what I'm talking about if you watch a lot of these investigations. Hey, Kim. Again, I don't know how much those cost. Carmen and Lauren had one, but it wasn't working that night. But those look really cool. The stick figure, yep, that's what it is. Not the stuck figure, but a stick figure. We know what you're talking about. Yep. So yeah, that's what it is. And again, I don't know how much that is. But there's so many neat things to get, like the REM pods that you can hear voices if they're communicating with you. And I don't know what it's called. It's a ghost box that has words that the spirit can select and have show up on the screen, and a pre-programmed voice reads it. It's not the spirit reading it, but that's kind of cool. We had some of that come up. Oh, we had one of those. So we were doing, I can't remember if it was on the box that shows the words or if it was on the REM pod, but we were downstairs. I believe it was just Carmen and Lauren down there, because I was upstairs with Krista and Aaron doing the live, and the word Burns came up. Carmen's last name is Burns. I don't know, but there was also a fire there, and burn victims were there. So I don't know if they were talking about burn victims or if they were talking about Carmen, but that was kind of interesting. Where was I going with all this? Oh, some of the other equipment, you know, night vision would be cool. Those things that map out, have you see like dots and stuff on the wall and stuff, and if a spirit walks through it, it breaks that and you see it. That would be kind of cool. But yeah, I mean, that would, some other stuff like that would be interesting. Kim says Amazon has the SLS camera, average about $300. And that's $300 that I don't really want to spend. But, and really, Krista told me this before I went to my first investigation at Ashmore. You really don't need a whole lot of equipment. I mean, yeah, those things are cool. That helps, show things and hear spirits and everything. But I mean, just go with your senses. I mean, you can sense when it's getting colder, and that's usually there's a spirit around you. Or if you feel like you're walking through spider webs, you're probably walking through a spirit. Changes in temperature, you'll get the chills. Listen for things, you'll hear things that go bump in the night. Whether it's a house shifting or someone or a spirit actually making noise. I mean, they can move things, they can generate energy and move things. So I mean, there's that too. They have some cheaper ones too. Yeah, I mean, that would certainly be fun to have and good to show as evidence. And I'm not knocking it, but I mean, right now I don't have an extra $300 laying around to spend on that. So, but that would be fun. And I love. Ever since I was at Ashmore, I've been kind of hooked on this. It's been fun. I've been looking forward to the next one each day. So let me ask you guys in the chat. There's 7 people in here. Do you guys like watching the live investigations? Kim said she saw one for less than 100. Maybe we'll see. But do you guys like watching the live investigations when we go, like what we did at Ray County and what we did at Ashmore? Do a live show there where we're walking through. Mickey likes it. I know Pam said she liked it before with you guys. Yes. Thank you, Kim. Yeah, those are fun. And, I like, taking you guys along with that. But, and everything that we see, especially when we do the live, that there's no way, well, I guess there really is, that's really true, that what happens. And you see it right when we see it. And, we like having an extra set of ears in case we don't hear something, because, doing these things, we're, watching, make sure that the video is going on right. We're watching the chat. We're trying to figure out what to do next, trying to think about what to do next. And, we're not always not always listening 100% to anything that is coming across. Exactly, Kim. We're not faking anything. And, Kim, you're going to have to rewind this, because I showed a video on here that was actually when I got scratched. And, we do a great job trying to debunk this, trying to prove that, okay, somebody reached down and scratched my leg, or I reached down to scratch my leg. But no, there was nobody anywhere near me. My hands were full. And right before I noticed that I got scratched, I felt something cool brush up against my leg. And obviously that was the first time that's ever happened to me. And that was pretty cool, pretty interesting. So, but yeah, definitely when we go to Brumley, we'll probably be on the Blondes and Booze podcast, because that's going to be on a Friday night. So check us out for that. That's going to be Friday, September 13th. So a Friday the 13th investigation. So that's going to be just awesome. And another thing, and Kim kind of mentions this too. I just feel that most shows are just faking it for the scare factor. I kind of agree with that on some of these shows, and I don't want to name any names, but a lot of them that are on like cable TV or whatever, they do that for the reaction to. I mean, you saw my reaction to being scratched. I was like, oh look, I was scratched. Maybe if it burned, or if there was 3 lines that would show maybe more demonic, maybe I would have reacted different. Or if I was touched, and I know Lauren said that he was touched down in the basement. He felt something touch his arm, and again, we all sat far enough apart. It almost looked like a COVID. We were so spread out, but we weren't anywhere near each other to do that. So. Anybody else have any other questions that they want to ask? Shelley, for some reason, it only works on Chrome. That I know. Shelley's trying to join. But, Shelley, you're in the pool. Enjoy the pool. We will have you on sometime, I'm sure. We'll try and get... I'm on StreamYard. I'll trade you when I got pulled back on my pillows. Kimberly has shared with me some things, and she's going to be on a show coming up. I can't remember when we said, but hey, Krista, she's lurking. I know she's working. Just a quick hello. I know Kimberly has some things going on at her house, and some unseen things. Okay, cool. So Kim's coming on to talk about some of that, and her and I talked, and I've been texting with Shelley as well. So a lot of interesting things you guys have experienced. So. Anyway, guys, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. We're at 45 minutes. I can't really think of anything else that is... it's not going to be the 10th of August because I'm going to a concert. That's right. It's going to be the following weekend. I don't know, 17th, I guess. You're right, Kim. Thank you. Somebody was teasing me because I forget all these if I don't have it written down, and thank God I do. Oh, it looks like Shelley made it on. Hey, Shelley.
Hey, what's going on?
Not much. How you doing?
Kind of crazy in here, but yeah, I
no
thought
problem.
I'd pop in.
It's a hair day. It's a pool day.
It's
so
always
it's
a
no
hair
big
day
deal.
in the pool. Nice to talk to you again.
Nice to talk to you. I mean, we first met at Ashmore, which I got to meet a bunch of cool people there. So yeah, what's going on? I'm sorry you had to get out of the pool.
No, it was kind of silly anyway. But well, I wanted to tell you. I sent you some pictures from Ashmore actually, and one was the man standing by the mystery machine. I guess he'd been going there for years or something that had passed away. So I got a little pool shack back here, but I actually have a mystery machine.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Anyway, it's a clock, and it's been plugged in for over a week. Yeah. It's not, the alarm's not turned on or anything. And a couple nights ago, midnight, starts going off. This horn starts going beep beep. I'm like, what is that? And I'm looking around. I'm like, yeah. And I've had this thing for like 5 years, and it's done it like the last 2 nights, and the alarm's not even turned on, which I find very interesting.
That's freaky.
You think? Yeah.
That is weird. And always at midnight?
Yeah. I mean, even if it's set, you have to turn. I mean, it's got buttons. You have to push them up or down to turn it on or off. I go over there. I'm like, what's going on? But some weird stuff happened before that. Anyway, I'm like, what is that noise? So I go and I'm got my flashlight because I got great moon and stuff sitting out here at night.
Yeah.
And get my flashlight, go in there, and I got lights in there. I'm like, what? And I'm like, it's that alarm clock. Pick it up, and it stops. Look at it. The alarm button's not even turned on. And I'm like, okay, this is getting weirder. But I had to tell you that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that's cool. Well, I mean, it's kind of scary when it happens, but that's pretty cool.
Well, I'm kind of used to all that, but yeah, I thought that was kind of interesting.
Yeah.
And
I mean, you sent me some videos of black spots in the sky that you shot. I mean, I don't know. I don't remember if I shared it on here or not, but
the video that you
yeah.
Oh, and by the way, thanks for that. And
Oh, sure, no problem.
I actually real quick. I actually asked kind of an important person that has connections if gave the coordinates and all that and blah blah blah, if they could find out what those were, if those were jets or something flying over. I don't think they were.
I don't think they were, because I slowed it down to like 1% speed, and of course I zoomed in on some of it, and it was, even at 1% speed, it was moving pretty fast.
Yeah, but here's the thing. I didn't even see him. Caught the one, and you caught like 5 to 7 of them, maybe.
Yeah.
Blows my mind.
Yeah, when you zoom in, I zoomed in on one, and I was just going to do it like 2 or 3 times, because that's all you saw on the normal video. Right. And when you zoom in, like, 2 more pop out, and I'm like, whoa, where are these going? And I mean, they weren't really changing directions. Like,
one, see the one that kind of went up?
Yeah. One did.
Wild.
But I don't think they were airplanes, because they looked to be about the same size. And again, we were zoomed in, and I couldn't really tell size. It just looked like black specks. But it wasn't a bug, because that would be too big on your lens. But yeah, that was really cool, and I'll have to find that video. I got it saved on my computer someplace upstairs.
And so here's the thing. Earlier, I didn't know you were on today, but maybe like an hour ago, I was relooking and I screenshot the white one and one of the black ones and filtered it. Dude, I'm telling you what, these aren't bugs.
No.
I'm gonna send you the 2 pictures that after I filtered them. But here's a strange thing, Paul. The white one, it looks like I don't know, dimensional. It's like I don't know. It's really strange looking. But the thing of it is, I know everybody's heard of that weird thing up in space, the Umama, whatever the heck it is, that big asteroid they think is a spaceship. I was live feed on that, and I noticed something behind. So I kind of screenshotted that and zoomed in, and this white object of mine, after I filtered it, looks almost like that object I caught in space.
Interesting.
Yeah. So I'm gonna want some input on all this from everybody.
Okay. Another thing that I was thinking about, I don't know if anybody out here watches The Secret of Skinwalker Ranch on History Channel, I think. It's one of my favorite shows, and I know Krista had Thomas Winterton, one of the guys on the show, on their show.
Oh, but she did.
You see these white lights that they've seen coming in and out of the mesa in the ground right there, and that white light looks a lot like what you sent me. So
yeah, it's getting more interesting, Paul. I'm telling you. Yeah. I kind of brought this up last night in the back chat after a show, and those black objects, that you got. Has anybody seen anything about these lasers that they're shooting at these objects?
Yeah,
that was kind of brought up to me last night.
We had one, or somebody, Terry Mosby had one. I keep meaning to have her on the show. Terry Mosby had one when we were at Ashmore, and she was doing that. I don't know if you were still there, but it was around midnight, 1 o'clock. We were sitting out by the fire pit and whatever, and she was shooting at some lights that were going on. But you got to be careful with that because you can't shoot the laser at a airplane. That's a federal offense.
Right.
And
But
I certainly would take
here's
that
the
chance.
thing, Paul. That's not the laser kind I'm talking about. I'm
Oh.
talking about the government shooting lasers at these things.
Oh,
Now that's interesting. Yeah. Like, I don't know if they're some kind of laser weapons or whatever, but those kind of brought up last night. And
kind of
yeah.
Star Wars type laser weapons.
I don't know if these people know what they're talking about. And I'm like, okay, this is getting really strange now.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, if it's something that the government is doing somehow, I don't think we'll ever get a straight answer out of them.
No, but if it's going on in front of my house, I want to know what the hell this is.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
But,
And Krista said too, make sure it's not red lights in the sky. That's a plane. And if you see them blinking, that's definitely a plane.
Well, I mean, I have, it's not really airport. It's like, I live in a small town. So it's like, got a couple jets in and out. And then airvac flies over. You know, just like even with the Black Hawk flying over me. Come on. What are they doing? What's a Black Hawk doing flying around my house?
Yeah, that's true.
Kind of interesting.
Maybe there is something out there. I mean, who knows? I mean, in the middle of nowhere, that would be a perfect place to hide.
Kind of hanging out, I guess.
Yeah. And I don't know about you, but when I'm laying in the pool or whatever, every now and then I'll look up in the sky and just kind of, is there anything gonna show itself out there, or am I gonna see anything, or what? But never have.
Oh, for you, really? Oh, yeah. It's pretty interesting.
I mean, I'm good seeing it from a distance, like what you had, the little dots in the sky. I don't know how I'd react if I'd see a ship real close or anything, but from a distance is fine with me.
There you go. Well, you're into the paranormal.
But UFOs and ghosts, those are my first true love. So,
and I think they're connected.
Oh yeah, definitely. So,
anyway, I won't stay on here and aggravate you.
All right, no problem, Kim. I mean, Shelley, thank you. Thanks for coming on.
Oh, thanks for having me.
And I'll we'll get back to you, and we'll have you on again, and we could talk more about the stuff that you all sent me.
Oh, sounds good. Thank you.
Right. Thanks, Shelley.
Can you hang me?
Huh?
Can you hang me up? I can't see.
Yeah. All right. Gotcha. And she's okay. Cool. She's out. All right. Is there a military base near her? I don't remember if there's one near her. I know there's Scott Air Force Base, which is right across the river from me. That's like an hour away. I don't know exactly where Shelley's at. That'll be a question for another day. But I mean, planes could be coming from there for sure. So, but anyway, guys, appreciate you guys for being in chat as always. Thank you guys for tuning in. And thank you guys for the questions and stuff, and hope you enjoyed the little video I shared. So hope everybody has a great week. I noticed tonight on Beyond BMR, Sir Brian Bowden's going to be on. That's always a great time. So join BMR and Krista tonight. And for that's 8:00 Central. So that'll be fun. Definitely. So everybody have a great rest of the week. I will definitely see you on Saturday with, I believe, the Nerd Informer. The guys from that show are going to be on, but I can't be sure. I don't have my calendar with me. And that's one of the things that Chris and I were talking about. She has everything in her phone. I have nothing on my phone. I probably should. So, all right. Yeah. Kim, rewind this and what that shows you our age, doesn't it? Rewind. Like on the old VHS type, rewind it and watch it again. Yeah, watch the video. I can't remember. It's probably about 15 minutes in. It was pretty cool. So you know what? Here, let's just. I'm gonna throw it up here one more time. It's only a minute. So here, I'll throw it up one more time. I mean, feel free to rewatch the show again. I mean, I don't mind. Here it is one more time. There's a tombstone over here.
Mm-hmm.
What's that name?
Oh,
John.
John Kurt.
Hurt. Hunt. John
Is
M.
that
Hunt.
Colonel?
COK. IDMOCAV.
10th Missouri Cavalry. Is that CO? Is that Colonel? Commanding officer. Whoa, I just felt something cold on my leg. Whoa, I got scratched.
Did you really?
Yeah, he did.
Oh shit. When you said his name.
Look at that.
Yep. You can see the marks straight down.
Get him?
Get him? Yeah, I heard that.
Bring him down?
Very interesting for sure. So, anyway, we will see you guys definitely on Saturday. I'll see you guys in chat tonight. Those of you that are going to be on in BMR's chat, I will see you guys in chat tonight. So, have a great rest of the week, everybody, and take care.